Welcome Capricorn to your Taurus Super New Moon 1 month forecast for the ascendant, the sun, or the moon across May the 16th, 17th, depending on location. The Taurus New Moon, with the moon in her exaltation, provides a backdrop energy for the following 4 weeks. Each lunation has its own unique identity. I'm going to share on screen with you, Capricorn, this event from a purely Capricornian viewpoint. By the end of the video, you'll have a clear understanding of what's in store in terms of your energy, work, relationships, and finances over the next month. I'm astrologer Patrick Arundel. A very warm welcome. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so now to help it to continue to thrive. But please also click or tap the bell notification symbol. Let's just explore the archetypes of Taurus. It's the second zodiac sign. It's earthy like yours, practical, but it's also ruled by the sensual Venus. It's very much to do with life foundations, our sense of values, our self-worth, but our approach to everyday resources. But what does it mean for you personally? On the screen, your event chart, and there's the moon and the sun at 25 degrees 57. But for you, it's the fifth house. So the fifth house brings a completely different dimension to that earthy energy. The fifth house can be very flamboyant. It can be playful. It can be to do with your social situation. It can be to do with showcasing your talents and flair. It can be about romance. If you have kids, it can be about their interests and the encouragement you give them. So the fifth house is very effervescent. But in the mix on this particular event is Mercury, the planet of communication, which can be quite mischievous in the fifth house, certainly a great sense of humor, but the sun is very much about our uh, innate capacity, and the moon's very much more to do with the nurture, the more emotional side of things. And obviously, the sign of Taurus is about being earth, and it is about feeling secure. But the fifth house there, particularly when it comes to finance, which Taurus is about, can be a more speculative location. So how will this play out for you? So Mercury brings a communicational dimension, but through its rulership of Virgo, which is an earth sign like you, and Taurus, it's also brilliant for analyzing things. But I think Mercury being so close to the push of the sun and the feel of the moon is a great combination. The only thing we need to do is not conflate our emotions with logic. But I think Jupiter, the planet of opportunity, also feeding into this event in a sextile to the sun and the moon, actually provides some real buoyancy. Jupiter's in a part of your chart to do with connection. It doesn't have to be romantic connection, but it could be. So overall, this opportunity this new moon gives you is to bring a lot more liveliness and fun. And if when you were younger, you had to be the adult in the room, if you had a lot of responsibility and almost find it a bit difficult to let yourself go and really just go with things, this is a new moon that's primed up perfectly to release some of those inhibitions. But of course, Saturn, your ruler, is in your fourth house. And through the next couple of years, that could lay down the gauntlet to you about looking at past events around your early life or about where you don't feel quite as at ease around expressing your emotions. But Mars in that fourth house for near to the last 6 weeks has probably seen your mood and mode a little bit up and down at times, but it's in a conjunction with Chiron. If you recall, we've had the conjunction with Mercury, the conjunction with the new moon in the sign of Aries too. So this is a further opportunity to try to release anything that might be holding you back. But Mars brings a greater sense of urgency, and his link to Venus, which is very effervescent, just is asking you to. Venus in Gemini can be very vivacious and chatty. It's asking you to forget yourself a little bit and just move into the moment. And that's where this gathering of players can be so uplifting for you. Now, the other thing to tell you is that Mars and Venus are both in a semi-sextile to these players in Taurus. That's interesting. So if you are someone who's got some brilliant ideas that you want to work on, you could do it in the comfort of your home, and your creativity can be very strong with Venus in that sixth house. So it doesn't necessarily follow that you have to be flamboyant in going out into the world at large, but I think this chart does encourage that to a greater degree. I'm going to summarize those four areas of energy, work, relationships, and finances next. But just to say, I've reduced the price of my personal horoscope reports, three for the price of one. You order your life roadmap report, which gives us an understanding of the patterns that have played out in our lives so far and helps us to know how to work with that energy future forwards more effectively. Free, you get your 12 months personal transit forecast and also your draconic soul karmic analysis. Please see below for more. I passionately believe that natal astrology helps us to unlock so much knowledge in how to navigate this journey. If you've yet to watch your May monthly forecast, that's on the screen. If you've yet to watch your Uranus 78-year solar return in Gemini, a Kazemi, that's on the screen. You can download a free factoid on this lunation. It tells you all about the astronomy, the astrology of the supermoon, and also the mythology as well. Now, if you'd like to work with me one-to-one, please see my testimonials below. And if you've yet to take advantage of my free daily written horoscope fired to your device each morning for your early day celestial pit stop, please see that below too. So, to summarize, when it comes to any kind of joyfulness, maybe going out on a date or reinvigorating an existing relationship, this has got a lot going for it, but you do need to overcome any reticence you may have about venturing out, connecting with people, or perhaps forgetting some of your inhibitions. When it comes to your professional situation, if you are able to work from home for some of the time, I think that is something you can appreciate. But Uranus is now in the sixth house. Uranus is about change. Pluto is about money in the second house. So for all of us, we need to be very flexible. And if you're open to doing things in a different and more imaginative way, that could open up a window of opportunity. When it comes to your physical vitality, I think Saturn being in the fourth house will, over the next 2 years, mean that if you're processing a lot of old stuff, which we all can do at times, that can be quite labor intensive and can drain you. I think give yourself permission over the next month to have fun and enjoy yourself. Thank you so much for joining me, Capricorn. It's been a pleasure being with you. All the best, and look forward to seeing you again soon.